What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we're going to take a look at Mondo's Spider-Man Mecha, and you can pre-order this figure. And then there's another one, I think the Symbiote one, and I think there's like a special edition SDCC at bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below, or you can go straight to mondoshop.com. I'll also put the link down below there. You'll find awesome items there, like the God of War that I reviewed like months ago, and other cool stuff. So also the Wolverine, the animated version that's coming up. That is pretty awesome. So let's take a look at this. This is the Mondo Mecha Spider-Man Earth 2249. And there's like a comic book strip in here. So it feels like the box itself, there's a lot of thought put into it. Window type kind of box. And you see here it says Mondo. And in the back, you can see several poses that you can do with this guy. So apparently, I was kind of confused as well because I'm not familiar with the Spider-Man Mecha. So, according to the description, this is a development, after 3 years that Mondo has been working on. It's inspired by their love for manga and Japanese mecha designs from the 80s and 90s. So, as you guys know, Mondo is used, they're doing Godzillas and all those kind of stuff. So, they do love them, like Japanese inspired culture. And I'm guessing this is one of those that they thought that Spider-Man would jump into this suit. And it says here it's 1 to 120th scale. So I'm guessing this is a pretty big guy. And you see the stand right there at the bottom that you could use. So now let's take a look at the accessories that the Mecha Spider-Man comes with. So it comes with array of hands. So the first two ones that you see are like weapon holding hands, some open palm hands, and then the other one is, I don't know, like kind of high five kind of hands. The only thing that I would say is I wish it came with articulated hands, but with the price that it comes with, I don't know if they can do that. They're not die cast, they're also made out of plastic, but pretty sturdy, I might add. This plastic is durable, it doesn't feel cheap, and it goes with the hands. And if you notice, every hand comes with its own peg, so you don't put the risk, because the pegs are different, not the one that you see typically on a Hot Toys peg. It feels like it's not gonna break. Just feels sturdy. If you break one, I don't know what to tell you. Then it comes with this spider shield, I don't know, webbing shield, so to speak. On the back, there's like a hand specifically made for this. Comes with two webs. One is more flat, as you can see here, and the end tip of this web is made out of metal, so it kind of just hooks into his wrist, so to create that web effect that Spider-Man is known for. Obviously, this one kind of looks more like a bridge to me, and it comes with two swords. Again, inspired by like the Japanese Gundam or whatever it is, mechs that they're into, and the idea is him fighting, I guess, other bigger monsters, kind of like in Ultraman or cartoons back then. I know when I was younger, those were the things. So I'm guessing this is a like a what if sort of things for Spider-Man. And because Spider-Man it's not like Iron Man, who has a Hulk Buster. And from the size of this thing, it looks like he's way bigger than a Hulk Buster. And as you can see here, the proportions are, he's really thin on the waist. And everything else is nicely detailed, man. You can see some bearings, nice details on it. And like I mentioned earlier, I'll show you the articulation, and it's quite good. It is quite good. He does have the shoulder pads that moves around, so it doesn't hinder any articulation that you do have. Some forearm guards, and you can see it moves around as well. And I think it has 136 or 100 something articulation points. So that's a lot of articulation points right there. And you can see him moving around. Nicely done there. The paint application is vibrant. You got the red and blue going on, the classic colors. And this is the stand. You know what? The stand perfectly fit my rotating display, because it typically there's like a pattern at the bottom of my display, and with the black one, it kind of just makes the figure stand out more. You can see at the back of his leg there's some ball bearings, kind of just a reminiscing of a robot and how it functions and all that stuff. Again, the torso is not lined up correctly here, but you can freely move it around, and it is stiff. It does hold a pose, which is pretty nice. Paint application is quite well on the back side as well. You can see here up and down, and you see the spider symbol. And on the side, you got some markings of a robot. And this stands at around 10 inches tall. So a little bit shorter than a regular, your typical 1/6 scale. And this is like 120th scale. You see some air vent on the sides of his leg. Some nice detailing on his foot, and some like screws and such in the back. As far as the head sculpt goes, I think it looks great. You know, it looks fine. And rotating here, it's a bit blurry on this side. I didn't even notice that. But you see some of the details right there on the side. The paint application on the webs, on the eyes. The eyes are not removable, or nor any light up functionality. I don't think you need that. You know, for the price that it's going for, it might increase in price. So that's the only thing I can think of why they didn't include that. That would have been a nice touch though. You know, like the eyes lights up, because he's robotic basically. But he kind of reminds me of like more like a football helmet here on the side of his face. Moving upwards here, and it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And it doesn't have any alternate head sculpt. Even the eyes, I mean, I don't know if that's really necessary at this point, but I think it does look, you know, fantastic for what it is. And you can see the shoulder pads there, and the neck moves freely as well, you know, as far as rotation goes. And let's head over here. Speaking of which, let's do some articulation. So the waist, as you can see, you can even turn him around if you want to. He's a robot, assuming he's on the top, on the head area, right? If not on the chest. I don't know, where do you want to sit if you're controlling a robot? Because I feel like they're going to target the head. So if you sit on the chest area, that's the biggest part. So maybe I don't want to sit there. Maybe in the abdomen. I don't know. And you can see the thigh rotation there. There's a few. And also the arms can go, you know, swivel on the biceps. The elbows has nice articulation. It can bend pretty nicely, pretty tight. It is kind of like ratcheted on the elbows, and on the leg they're very stiff. They might not look like it, but it is. You know, it doesn't feel cheap that it's gonna break. And the good news about this figure is that you can pose the heck out of it. And you can see this pose right here. He's bending backwards because I mean, just look at his waist. So it gives you all range of movements that you typically won't be able to do in a typical 1/6 figure. If you love Spider-Man, then you know you're gonna have a hell of a good time posing this guy with some of his weapons and webs. So this is perfect for somebody, and it's not for everyone. You might be like a Spider-Man fan, or you might be a Mecha fan, you know, who just likes, you know, robots and all that stuff. So this would be perfect for you. But if you're into something like, you know, movie accurate or so, then, you know, again, this might not be for you. But it does look fantastic. It feels really sturdy in hand, like a quality figure. And you can see him here with the two of his weapons holding there. Looks pretty nice. Going through the motions here, looks beautiful. And as you can see, I have no problems like lifting the leg. No suits that you have to worry about being ripped and all that stuff. So, and the ground pound pose that you could... I didn't put the foot down completely because as you can see, I have my rotating base there. But you could have, because if I do that, it'll hinder the rotation. But one of the few figures that you could actually do this to, you know, where it is not those only in one angle. Because for the most part, if you see those Iron Mans, you know, you can only, the ground pound pose only works for one angle. But if you rotate it, it looks awkward / weird. This one, because of, you know, what he is, you can pretty much do anything that you want. And here he is wielding the two swords. And the background that he does have is like the box art the box art is beautiful. It's vibrant, and it's pretty much the same box art, I believe, for the other versions. But it does look cool. I mean, again, there's no worries whatsoever that you're gonna break this guy. None. So you can pose him like this for a long period of time. And also the weapons are not that heavy. They're made out of plastic, so the joints, there's not going to be a lot of stress into the joints. And there you go, guys. You see all the accessories that he does have, the beautiful box art. And that is it for Spider-Man Mecha. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. And also, again, if you are a fan of Godzilla or any mecha or anything like this. I'm pretty sure if you have Godzilla or other robots, you can kind of like build a diorama that's kind of like making them fight. So again, it is now for the movie accurate ones. I don't know. I don't even know if there's an actual comic book for this. I mean, let me know in the comments down below, or this is completely just inspired creatively by the guys in Mondo. And just keep an eye on their website, man, because I'm telling you, they got some good things coming up. I am super excited with the Wolverine that's about to come out next year. The one who's always a meme, where he's holding this picture frame with Cyclops and Jean Grey on it. You know, it's a big meme. Even the box itself was genius with the bed and all that stuff. So yeah, keep an eye on them. They had God of War still, one of the best figures that I've ever had on. A pleasure reviewing, and that's gonna stay on my collection for a long time. But I'm glad that they're pumping out this 1/6 collectible. I mean, technically this is not, but you know, I'm glad that they're getting into the game because they got some good stuffs going on. So thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.